You sit down to relax with other people, and somehow your body still feels tense. Maybe everyone is laughing in the living room. Maybe someone tells you to just chill. Maybe nothing is wrong at all. But part of you stays alert. You check if you've done enough today. You wonder if you're being lazy. You feel strangely exposed doing absolutely nothing. And sometimes, you can relax alone just fine. But around other people, rest starts to feel unsafe. That feeling is more common than people realize, because guilt is not always about morality. Sometimes, guilt is the nervous system remembering a role you were trained to play. And that role usually begins long before adulthood. You may notice it in small moments. Someone else is cleaning while you sit down for 5 minutes, and suddenly you feel pressure in your chest. You hear footsteps while resting, and instinctively pretend to be busy. You struggle to enjoy weekends unless you are productive first. Even pleasure starts to feel like something that must be earned. Not because anyone said it directly, but because your brain quietly learned a dangerous equation. Rest equals irresponsibility. Psychology calls this conditioned emotional association. The brain constantly links emotional states to experiences, especially during childhood or emotionally intense periods. If relaxation repeatedly happened in
This is where many people misunderstand themselves. They think they lack discipline, or mindfulness, or gratitude. But often, the real issue is nervous system conditioning. Your brain is not resisting rest because you're lazy. It's resisting vulnerability. There's an important difference, because real rest requires psychological safety. And safety cannot exist in a brain constantly scanning for judgment. Imagine your nervous system like a smoke alarm. A healthy smoke alarm activates during actual danger. But if the system becomes oversensitive, even steam from a shower can trigger panic. That's what happens here. The brain starts detecting emotional danger when none exists. Relaxation becomes the steam. Your nervous system reacts anyway. But here's the deeper part most people never realize. This pattern probably helped you survive socially at some point. Children naturally adapt to the emotional rules of their environment. If being productive reduced criticism, you became productive. If anticipating other people's needs created safety, you became hyper-aware. If staying useful protected connection, your brain reinforced usefulness. That adaptation was intelligent, not broken. The problem is that your nervous system kept using the same strategy long after the environment changed.
Sit down without apologizing. Pause before immediately helping. Drink tea slowly while others are busy. Why does this work? Because the nervous system learns safety through exposure, not logic. Tiny experiences of safe stillness teach the brain nothing bad happened. And repetition matters more than intensity. One small safe moment, repeated 50 times, changes the brain more than one dramatic breakthrough. The second principle is noticing hidden moral language. Pay attention to the words inside your head during rest. I should be doing more. I'm wasting time. I haven't earned this. Those thoughts are important because cognitive psychology shows that repeated internal language shapes emotional interpretation. Your brain listens to your self-talk like ongoing instructions. So instead of arguing aggressively with the thought, replace the frame. Not, I deserve rest because I worked hard, but rest is part of being human. That distinction matters because one